Hey tribe, how are you today? I'm going to talk about a new offering that I have created a new session kind of based on requests where I am offering a specific themed session now that has to do with having success with women. So it's, we get to focus on the whole topic of how to be more effective with women in the bedroom and outside the bedroom, whether it's communication skills or just understanding women better, especially in the bedroom. So this is what I love. I love teaching about this because so many of us women, including myself, have had a lot of frustration in this department. There's a lot of growth that's needed, and just I think a better understanding of the genders with each other. And I know that men, you're rigged so differently than we are that it's hard to understand, because sometimes you think we're just a female version of you, but actually we have way different hormones and needs, and we're a little more sensitive and needs to feel safe, and we are slower at, we're kind of like crock pots compared to you steamers, race car types. Yeah. So, it takes some consciousness and being present and knowing how to read body language and being a good communicator in the bedroom. There's a lot of things that will make you more successful with women in the bedroom, and this includes understanding her anatomy and the variations on female anatomy, because there are different anatomical types, and understanding how a woman activates sexually, and so how to go about that. So I have the whole template of how to go about that, where you get to practice, and then I go into the pleasuring and the different ways to pleasure and how to combine them. And so if you feel like you're lacking at all, or just wanting to empower yourself, really is the better way to say it, empower yourself to have more success with women in the bedroom and outside, through these different techniques, so that you can feel more confident and feel like you have more mastery and a little bit more training or education around what works. Because I find that a lot of guys are kind of surprised, when they hear some of the things I say about it. They're like, oh gosh, like I remember one saying, God, I've never really gotten frisky or sensual before without going all the way. So that was weird to him, because I don't have sex with my clients, but I'm showing them techniques and stuff, and there's definitely pleasure involved and all that. But he was like, wow, he was like having this aha moment that, gosh, he's so rigged that he just goes all the way every time, because with his partner, that he really, I find that this is common, that men don't really know how to just enjoy affection or sensuality or flirtation and all that yummy stuff without it always having to lead to sex or the sex act, and women are a lot of times really content with just playing, without it having to go all the way, because it does get a little complicated, especially if it happens too quickly and she's not emotionally ready for that, which is most of the time. As far as like most of the time, men are moving faster than she is, and she's trying to keep up, and it's too overwhelming, and she ends up doing it anyway. It's the typical thing out there as far as in the dating world, and yeah, it just doesn't work very well. And even the women have to realize, yeah, I just don't really work that well, and I don't with that, and she might not be able to put her finger on it as to why it doesn't work for her, because that's all she's maybe known. That's kind of way, she might just say, hey, that's just the way the culture is. That's what they expect, whatever. But no, there's, this is where we get to listen to our bodies and our hearts and go, you know, what feels right? How far to go tonight that feels right with this person? Because I don't want to do anything that's going to make me emotionally upset. And I don't want my body or my heart to feel like I'm not protecting it properly or betraying it in any way by not listening. Because, you know, it takes a couple weeks actually to drop in with someone sexually for your energies to kind of groove together. And I think they talk about this in the book called Between the Sheets. It takes a couple weeks to energetically drop in and like bond enough and have there be enough of a connection to where the sexuality can have a little more depth and meaning to it, instead of it just being on the fly where you really don't know from what you're getting involved with, and there's risk involved, and you don't really know what their pros and cons are yet, or what they like or don't like, and so forth. So I try to encourage people to have that conversation first and set each other up for success. And anyway, I just wanted to announce my new offering, since there's been a lot of requests around wanting to improve skill and technique around pleasuring a woman, around you know, just understanding women more so in the bedroom, so they kind of know how to handle different situations and give the woman what she wants so that she feels good about it and satisfied. Because I kind of have this running joke quote that I made up where the man who pleasures the woman the most wins. So I don't care how well endowed you are or hot you are, if you're not really pleasuring her and taking care of her, then you're not going to be the man who wins in the end. It's going to be the man who's, you know, attentive and taking care of her sexually, you know, and is actually meeting her needs. Whoa! Was that quite like an aha moment for some of you? I have a feeling it is a little foreign for some. Sometimes, you know, when someone's really hot or well endowed, they kind of lean back on that or rest on their laurels a little bit. And I find that it's those ones that sometimes are the ones that aren't as good of lovers, because they are just sort of used to being able to attract the opposite sex easily through their sexiness or through their physicality. And so oftentimes it'll be the man who's maybe a little more average looking, or he might even not be very well endowed, because they're the ones that are really motivated to make up for it and to actually know that they have to have some skills and make, you know, and be able to bring some things to the table to make up for that. Whereas the ones that already have it, like sometimes some well-endowed men, it's like they don't have a lot of creativity always, or, you know, variety, or, you know, they haven't been motivated to seek out, you know, what makes her happy as much. And that's not true of all of them. I'm just saying it's a generality that I've kind of noticed a little bit. So just be aware of that in case you fall in that category. You don't want to be guilty of that. All right, until next time.